everybody, Allison here. Today we are doing a little bit different. We're doing chair yoga today. And this is my home. This is my little Florida room that Jamie and I worked on, if you haven't seen it already. And this is our home practice today. So we are practicing chair yoga, which the beauty of it is if you are sitting on the couch right now, you can simply just transfer yourself over to a kitchen chair, or you can even try it from the couch. Those super comfy couches that like hug you in and you sink down into them might be a little bit more challenging, but alas, you should still be able to get a little bit of movement in, even if you are on one of those super squishy couches. So with that, go ahead and find your kitchen chair. Have a pillow handy. We're gonna do our entire practice from the chair. So with that, we'll go ahead and get started. When you're sitting on your chair, now my chair I have a little cushion because it is a hard wooden chair. You might want to fold up a blanket and put it underneath you for a teensy bit of added comfort, but it's optional. You don't need to if you don't want to. So we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to have our feet planted beneath our knees here. Our ankles are right underneath there. Your feet are firmly but relaxed and touching onto the ground, right? Making good contact with the floor beneath you. You're sitting up nice and tall. And you're gently, just like when we stand up and we find our mountain pose, if you've done yoga with me, you know I give you all those cues, like you're pressing up into a stack of books that's sitting on top of your head, you're hugging your ribs into center, they're reaching into center, just ever so slightly engaging through the core, finding a nice tall spine, and letting the shoulders come back and down. So as we sit up nice and tall, we're going to start with a little bit of breath work. So we're just going to start by taking a big deep breath in through the nose and sighing it out. Let it go. Good. Breath in and sigh it out. Let it go through the mouth. Good. One more. Big breath in. Let it go. Good. We're going to breathe in and out through the nose. Finding a consistent breath, right? You're breathing in deeply and breathing out deeply to match. Good. And then we're going to do a little bit of breath work called box breath. And this box breath, what we're going to do is we're going to breathe in for a count of 4. We're going to hold for a count of 4. We're going to exhale for a count of 4 and hold for a count of 4. So you can kind of visualize in your mind's eye moving in the shape of a box. So we'll go ahead and get started. We'll inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, and inhale and exhale. Good. That's a nice steady count for a pranayama, a breath work practice. And you can do that at any time throughout your day. It's a nice centering, clarifying practice. So with that, with our breath and an intention to do a little bit of movement in our bodies today, we are good to move forward. So we're going to go ahead and start just by sitting up nice and tall and gently letting the chin drop to the chest. And then gently rock the head from side to side. We're moving into our neck rolls. Just gently letting the head roll from one side to the other. You know, when we sit at home, especially if you're spending more time on the computer, or you're spending more time looking at maybe a phone. Sometimes we get really tense up in our shoulders, or better yet, if you your stress location of choice is the neck and shoulders. If you tend to hold your stress in your neck and shoulders, this will be a good practice for you. So we'll go ahead and take the neck rolls all the way around if that is comfortable for you. If it doesn't work for your neck, just stay with the neck rolls on the front body. Good. And when you come back through center, you switch directions, rolling to the other side. Good. And then we'll bring our head back up to center, sitting up nice and tall. We're going to come back to those neck rolls in a little bit. But first, we're going to move into our shoulder rolls. So we'll pick up our shoulders, roll the shoulders back and down. Good. Pick them up, roll them back and down. Still breathing, working with your breath here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Good. Switch directions. Squeezing them together behind you, picking them up, rolling them forward and down. Good. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more. Inhale and exhale. Good. All right. Moving into our shoulders a little bit now. We're going to bring our arms out to the side, bend at the elbows, bring the fingertips to the tops of the shoulders. Good. And we're going to make angel wings here with our elbows. So we're going to inhale, send our elbows up towards the ceiling. Maybe fingers drop down your back. And exhale as you bring the elbows down to your rib cage. Inhale and exhale. Or these could be snow angels, right? You could be imagining yourself laying in some snow and making big wings. Good. Inhale and exhale. Good. One more. Inhale and exhale, bringing the elbows all the way down. Good. We're going to bring our elbows back up to our sides. Fingertips are still on our shoulders, and our elbows are pointing right out to the sides of us. We're going to go ahead, inhale here, and exhale, bring the elbows to touch in front of us. Inhale, open, and exhale together. Inhale, open, and exhale together. Inhale, open, exhale together. And this time we're going to bring our spine into it a little bit more. As we inhale, we'll open, we'll send our chest slightly forward, our gaze reaches up, and exhale as we bring the elbows together, round through the spine, look to the belly button. Inhale, this is like our cat-cow, but from a chair. Inhale to cow, and exhale, round into cat pose, rounding through the spine. You're just moving through the spine, getting some good spinal warm up here. Good. Inhale, open, and exhale together, rounding through the spine. Release the arms down. Take another couple shoulder rolls, forwards and backwards. Good. Shake out the arms. All right. Now we're going to come back to our neck rolls, but we're going to add in our spinal flexion, extension. And we are going to go ahead, and as we come forward, right, we have our cow pose when we send our gaze up, and we have our cat pose as we round through the spine and look to our belly button. We're going to come into our cow pose. Inhale, gaze reaches up. We're going to take our hands, we're going to reach them to the chair behind us, and we're going to allow ourselves to reach the collarbones forward as we gaze up, and we're going to take a couple half neck rolls here. So as we come to the side with our head, you'll notice right away that the stretch is a lot more intense. So we're going to take our time. We're going to just gently roll the head down across the front of the body and over to the left side. Breathing here for a breath. And then gently let the head roll down the front of the body over to the right side again. Breathing here. And then back through center, over to the left. Good, this is the last one. And back to center, round through the spine. Let your head go towards your knees, look to the belly button and roll yourself up, coming to a seat once again. Good, we're gonna take a gentle twist here after that big back bend we had. So we're gonna take our left hand to our right knee. Our right hand's gonna come to the chair behind us, or maybe your elbow hooks to the top of the chair, whatever works best for your twist, or whatever works with your chair. We're gonna gaze over that right shoulder, sitting up nice and tall. Inhale and exhale, gentle twist, looking over that right shoulder. Find your breath here. Good, and come back through center, and we'll go to the other side. We'll go ahead, bring that left hand to the chair behind you, right hand to the left knee, sitting up nice and tall. Inhale, and exhale, twist over, looking over your left shoulder, finding your breath. Good, and coming back to center. All right, we're gonna move into some more seated poses now. We're gonna do sun salutations from our chair. So your options here, you can leave your feet exactly where they are, or you can take your feet a little bit wider. It gives you a little bit more room as you come into a forward fold. So always remember that you have this option. In fact, you might want to even just start with the knees wide and see how you like it. And if you don't like it, then you can bring the feet back together. So feet gently spread. We're going to inhale, bring our arms up overhead, gaze up, look up, and exhale. We're doing a swan dive. We're sweeping the fingers out to the sides as we fold forward, letting your hands come to where they land. Let your head drop. Exhale. Good. Inhale. We're going to come to a halfway lift. We're bringing our hands to our knees. Lengthen up through our spine. Send the crown of the head forward. Inhale. And exhale. Forward fold. Again, let the hands drop down. Inhale. Round yourself all the way up. Reach the arms up overhead. And exhale. Palms come to heart center. Good. We're going to do that again a couple more times. Inhale. Arms reach up. Exhale, swan dive, sweep the arms wide, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands on the knees, straight back, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhale, forward fold, between the legs, hands drop. Inhale, rolling all the way up, arms reach up overhead. And exhale, palms come down to heart center. Good. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rolling up, arms reach up. Exhale, palms to heart center. Good, we're going to do that 2 more times. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms sweep up overhead, arms reach. And exhale, palms to heart center. Last time. Big inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold, drop the head. Inhale, rolling up, arms reach up overhead. And exhale, palms come down to heart center. Good. All right, with our sun salutations taken care of, we can bring the feet back in towards one another. We're going to do a variation of warrior one here. So finding a good seat on our chair, we're going to leave our right leg exactly where it is with the ankle underneath the kneecap. And we're going to leave that right leg here, and we're going to take our left leg, we're going to bring it out to the side of us. So you might have to adjust a little bit on the chair. If your chair happens to have arms, or if you're in a wheelchair, you can always take this at a variation with the leg reaching out at a diagonal in front of you so that your legs can still be within the arms of that chair. If you don't have arms on the chair, you just take the left leg out to the side and to a point where you can get the outer edge of that foot pressing down into the floor, into the mat, into whatever ground is underneath you, right? So when we're here, we're pressing down through our right foot, we're pressing down through the outside edge of our left foot, and we're gonna squeeze our hips in towards one another. It can be really easy to kind of just drop into the hips here, but we wanna protect our lower back, protect our hips, so we're gonna squeeze in, and then we'll go ahead, inhale, arms reach up overhead. We're gonna take our warrior one here. Good. So from here, we're squeezing in at the hips, we're pressing down through both feet. Good. And then we're going to go ahead and take our arms wide as if we're taking a warrior two. Our legs are going to stay the exact same. Our arms are just going to come out to a T. Good. And we're going to look over our right fingertips here. We're going to flip the right palm, and we're going to inhale as our right arm reaches up and our left hand can reach down our left leg. We're going to take a little side bend here. Reaching, breathing into that side body, breathing into the ribs. Big inhale here, trying to keep right shoulder rolled up and open. And inhale brings you back up. Good. We'll flip the palm, reverse our warrior here, and exhale, back up. One more. Flip the palm, inhale, reverse, and exhale, back up. Good. Release the arms, bring left leg back into center. Go ahead, adjust here, maybe tap the feet out a little bit, roll through the ankles. Good. And we'll go on to the other side. Left knee stays put, right leg comes out at a diagonal. Adjust yourself on the seat so that you can get nice and comfortable. Outside edge of that right foot pressing down into the floor, left leg pressing down, and then pulling in towards your center with the hips so that we're not just lounging out here, right? We're engaging through our legs, pulling into center, and then we'll go ahead, inhale, arms reach up overhead for our warrior one in the chair. Good. Pulling in at the core, gently hugging your ribs together in front. Good. Pressing down through both feet. And then we'll open up to our warrior two arms, bringing our arms out to a T. Engage through the fingers. We'll go ahead, look over at our left fingertips, and we'll flip the palm. Inhale as left fingers reach up towards the sky. Right arm reaches down the right leg, and we're going to be here for another full breath. Good. Inhale, back up. And we'll go ahead, flip the palm. Inhale as we reverse our warrior. And exhale, coming back up to warrior two. Good. Flip the palm, reverse. And exhale, warrior two. One more. Flip the palm, reverse. And exhale, warrior two. Good. We'll release the arms down. Bring in right leg back to center. Readjust on your chair. And sit up nice and tall for a big full breath in. And out. Good. We're going to take our feet wide. We're going to take our feet wide in front of us. And we're going to do a little bit of hip work here. So we're going to come up to the balls of our feet. So we pick the heels up from the floor. And we're going to take our knees and aim them out towards the side like you're rotating your thigh into external rotation. So you just, it's maybe not a lot of movement that happens, but you're rotating those thighs out, and then we're going to rotate them in. So pivoting on the ball of the foot, the knees drop towards one another. Good. And then we're going to go out again, external rotation, and then internal rotation, dropping the knees towards one another, feeling that movement coming from the hips. Good. External rotation, and then internal rotation. One more time. External rotation and internal. Squeezing in. And bring your knees back together. Heel toe the feet back in front of you. Good. All right. Next up, we are going to do eagle pose from a seat. We'll take a big breath in. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, palms come to heart center. Reset. All right, for our eagle pose, we are going to take our right leg. We're going to pick it up and cross it over our left. Maybe your left foot, heel toes a little bit more towards center. You can leave your legs exactly like this. You can, if it is available to you and you want to tuck the right toes behind the right ankle, you can do that as well. Or you just keep the toes hanging out over here. Just flex through them so they're not just limp right? Flex through them a little bit. Squeeze the legs together. We have our eagle legs. We're sitting up nice and tall, pressing down through the hips, reaching up through the crown. We have our right leg on top, so we're going to bring our arms out in front of us, and we're going to cross left on top of right. At the elbows, bend, and then you hold on to maybe a thumb, you hold on to your wrist, you do whatever so that your hands can come together. Maybe they come palm to palm, whatever works best. And here we have our eagle pose. So as we are here, we're pulling in at the belly button. We're going to lift our elbows a little bit higher, reach the crown up, squeeze the shoulder blades together, squeeze the legs together. Inhale and exhale. Good. Another breath. Squeeze everything in. Inhale. Exhale. Still squeezing. Lift the elbows a little higher. Flex through those right toes. Inhale. And exhale. Unwind the arms. Reach them really, really big. And palms come to heart center. Good. We'll take our right leg, uncross it. We'll go ahead, cross our left leg over. Left crosses over right. And maybe that right foot adjusts a little bit so that your knees feel comfortable. Flex through those left toes, sitting up nice and tall. We're taking to the other side. So hips reach down, tailbone reaches down, crown of the head reaches up. And we have our left knee on top. So when we take our arms out in front of us, we're going to cross right arm over left, bending at the elbows. Hold on to whatever you can hold on to. Press down through your right foot, flex through your left toes, squeeze the thighs together, lift those elbows up, and we find our breath once again. We breathe in and out. Pulling that belly button back towards your spine ever so slightly. Reach the crown up a little higher. Still breathing. Flex through those left toes. Lift the elbows a little higher. Squeeze the shoulder blades together behind you. Pull in at the belly button. Breath in. And breath out. Good. One more breath in. And breath out. Unwind the arms. Take a big stretch. Heart opener. Look up. And release. Good. All right. We're going to uncross left leg. Come back to center. Take a couple shoulder rolls. One at a time this time. Roll them forwards, roll them backwards. Good. All right. Sitting up nice and tall. We're going to go ahead. Inhale those arms up overhead. Exhale, palms come down to heart center. Inhale, arms reach. We're going to grab a hold of the left wrist with the right arm. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, tip over to the right. Press down through your left hip. Left hip reaches down into the chair. Maybe roll up and open a little more. Look up towards the ceiling. Inhale, bring yourself back up to center. Roll the wrists. Grab a hold of right wrist with left hand. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale, tip over to the left. Gazing up underneath that right arm. Breathe here, side bend. And back to center. Roll through the wrists as the hands come down beside you. Good, we'll shake it out. All right, so we went from eagle pose. Now we're gonna go to another bird. We're gonna go to pigeon. So we're gonna keep our left leg planted down. We're gonna take our right leg and we're gonna cross it over, but instead of how we had our eagle cross, we're gonna bring our right ankle to the top of our left knee. So this is our seated pigeon pose. And as we get here, use your hands, adjust your foot as necessary so that you probably feel a pretty immediate stretch through the glute, through the hip. And we're going to make sure that we keep those right toes really flexed throughout this whole practice. So super flexed right toes. You can bring your hands to your right knee, gently pressing down if you want more. Staying up nice and tall through the shoulders. You can gently even hinge forward, adding more weight. The goal here is just to breathe into that stretch. You're breathing into your hip. And maybe even if you want even more, you can bring left hand to your shin and gently hinge and fold, taking it as far as feels comfortable, as far as you're getting a stretch, but you're not pushing yourself into a point of discomfort or pain. We don't want pain. A little bit of stretch is good. Pain is not good. So with that super flex foot, we'll find another breath here. Good. Inhale, press yourself back up. All right, we're gonna bring our right hand underneath our right knee, gently bring it up and uncross that leg. Good. Sitting up nice and tall, we're gonna move on to the other side. So left knee or left ankle crosses over right knee. Use your hands, adjust yourself, get yourself situated. Moving into our seated pigeon on the other side. So left toes nice and flexed. Your ankle is just on the outside of that knee, so it's more comfortable. If your ankle's on your knee, it's not going to be very comfortable. And left hand comes to left knee. You're gently pressing away, or you're just gently breathing wherever you are. And you find your breath. You breathe into the areas that feel the stretch the most. And we find some stillness. We find some quiet in this pose. Pigeon is a great pose to feel yourself come back to your breath and feel some quiet drift through the body as you breathe into that stretch. Maybe you bring both hands to the knee. Good. If you folded forward over your pigeon legs, you can bring right hand to right shin or ankle and gently hinge and fold. Finding a nice long spine wherever you are, breathing into that hip. For one more breath. Good. We'll come back up to a seat. Bring left hand underneath left knee. Gently help that knee come up so that you can uncross the ankle. Good. All right. Coming back over to our right side, sitting up nice and tall. We're going to go ahead, interlace our fingers together and bring them to just underneath the right knee. So it can be the shin, just right underneath that right knee. And you're going to gently pull that right knee in towards your chest. So the goal here is to get both a nice hip stretch through that right hip, especially in that right hip crease, but also you're getting an abdominal press here. So as you squeeze that thigh in, you want it to be pressing into your abdomen, into your belly. And the purpose of that is to give our digestive tract a big juicy hug so that we can give our digestion some love, especially in the times that we are in. I know it's very hard to maintain a regular schedule. So it's nice to give our bodies and our GI some love here. So hugging that in, hug, 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 squeeze it in as tight as you can, sitting up nice and tall. Big breath here. And exhale. Good, one more inhale. And gently release, point your left foot way out in front of you, stretching through the heel, point and flex the toes, and then roll the ankle a couple of times and set it back down. Good, onto the other side. This time fingers clasp right beneath the left knee, pulling left knee in, sitting up nice and tall, pressing into that abdomen, and really feeling your belly breath here. As your belly expands, it expands into your thigh. So you really feel that thigh pressing back towards your belly. Breathing here. Sitting up nice and tall. Giving that GI a nice big hug of gratitude. Sending some good energy there. Good. Hug, hug, hug. One more big breath. And exhale, send left leg out in front of us, point, flex, roll a couple circles through the ankle, and relax. Good, we're gonna take one final twist here, so sitting up nice and tall. We'll go ahead and start twisting to the left. So we're gonna bring right hand to left knee. We're gonna either hook that elbow on your chair behind you, or hold on whatever way feels comfortable, sitting up nice and tall. Inhale. And exhale, twist over, left shoulder, crown still reaching up, breathing here. Good, one more breath. And gently release back to center and to the other side. Left hand to right knee, right hand hooks to the chair behind you or holds on. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale, twist, gaze over that right shoulder as far as your neck feels comfortable. Breathing into that stretch. One more breath here. And gently release back to center. Good. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. And swan dive, forward fold, all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift, press the knees away, tall, straight spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, all the way up, rounding up, arms reach up overhead. And exhale, palms come down to heart center. All right, we are going to move into our Shavasana, our final resting pose. So you have a couple of options. If you can come down to the floor, you can, of course, I'm hoping you're on carpet or maybe you have your yoga mat. If it's possible for you to come down to the floor, you come to the base of your chair, you swing your calves up to the chair, and you lower on down to your back for a legs supported Shavasana. If coming down to the floor is not in your practice, that is totally fine. What we are going to do is we're going to take that chair, we're going to bring it up against a wall. This can also be done if you're in a wheelchair, it can go right up against the wall. This is where our pillow is going to come in handy. So as we come to the chair, we find ourselves comfortable in a place where we can lean back, and then we're going to take that pillow and we're going to prop it right behind the upper part of our shoulders and the back of our head. The back of our head is the important part to really be supporting here. So as you let the shoulders fall back and down and let your head relax, you can let your head relax without letting your chin go up to the sky. So for example, if your pillow's a little too low and you were to relax your head back, if your pillow is not supporting your head, your chin is going to be pointing up, and we want to avoid the chin pointing up. So get yourself in a place where your pillow's right behind the back of your head and that you can find yourself comfortable on the mat or on the chair, feet planted and head and shoulders fully supported behind you. So here we are. We're in our Shavasana, our final resting pose. Take a big deep breath in through the nose. Sigh it out through the mouth. Good. And this is our pose where we don't have to do any work. We don't have to do any more thinking. This is our final pose where we can allow the sound of our breath to be louder than our thoughts as we breathe. Palms can be facing up for welcoming in positive, fresh energy. Or if it's more comfortable, palms can be facing down onto the thighs for grounding energy, for calming energy. And you follow the rise and fall of your chest and your belly with each breath. Noticing thoughts as they pop up into your mind, and then gently letting them go. No need to hold on to those thoughts. Just notice them and let them drift by like a cloud in the sky. You notice it, you see it, but you can't lasso it, you can't hold it down, you can't keep it. It just keeps moving. And you keep breathing. And we'll breathe and relax.
dreams I've had. It's all about the life and death. It's all about my fears I left behind. Where am I going? I almost lost my mind in this circle spinning round. Where's my home? I think I lost my mind in something that can't be found. It's all about the lies I've told. It's all about love I wanna hold. It's all about my heart I lost tonight. It's all about the dreams I've had. It's all about life and death. It's all about my fears I left behind.
Gently begin to bring movement back into your body by gently bringing small drumming motions to the fingers. Bring movement to the toes. Pick the wrists up and roll them in a couple of circles. Pick the right leg up, reach it out, do a couple wrist or ankle rolls. Set the right foot down, go to the left side, roll through the ankle. And set the left foot down. Gently lean forward from your reclined position. Inhale the arms up overhead. Full body stretch. And bring the hands down to heart center on your exhale. We'll go ahead, take our thumbs up to our foreheads for wisdom, to our lips for truth, and to our hearts for compassion. Thank you so much for practicing with me in my home today. This has been Homegrown from Home, and this has been Chair Yoga with me, Allison. Thank you so much for practicing. Again, I appreciate you. I see you. I'll give you a big old hug if I were there, but not actually because, you know. All right, on that note, namaste, friends.